And we are live.
Hello.
Oh, we're a little musical this morning.
Hello. Yeah, keeping it light, keeping it fresh.
Coming to you from...
Wickety, wickety, whack.
What's that movie? Pitch Perfect.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Hard pass.
Yep.
Hard pass.
So now that we've already gotten on your nerves and you've turned us off, turn us back on, please.
Turn us back on.
Take a listen. We got good stuff today.
Good. It's always good stuff. And you know what? I got to work on my vocabulary. I'm tired of saying good, and I'm tired of saying excited.
Yeah, we need to find a different word for excited.
I just go, and I'm so excited. I'm elated.
Yep.
I got to practice.
We will. We will practice. We will expand our knowledge. Better every day. That's our goal. Better every day.
Okay. All right. Well, we are... I didn't want to say excited.
Already.
We're happy to be here.
Yes. We'll get there.
So silly.
We'll get
anyway, there is some great information today.
But first,
I'm
Courtney.
And I'm Heather.
And we're the Mac Sisters. Yep, this is Menopause Enough Already. Real women, real talk, talking about this amazing journey through perimenopause, menopause, all the menopause mysteries, all of the symptoms, all the things, aging well, quality of life.
And rocking it.
Oh,
we're rocking
midlife
it.
Baddies. And okay, so my daughter, she was like, please don't say that. That sounds so weird when you say that. Because I keep saying,
Midlife
especially while
baddies.
she was home for Christmas, I was like, I'm a baddie, okay? And she's like, oh, stop. Like, almost like grossed out. Like, stop. Don't say that. You sound really weird when you say that. Nothing like some kids to boost your self-confidence, right?
My gosh.
No, but I'm like, I am a baddie, okay? And I would usually be when we were at the gym together.
Yes.
And I'd be like, hey, I'm a baddie, okay?
Keep up.
Right. And then I'm like, you want me to do a box jump?
Oh, I can do a curb
I can
jump.
step up. I can step
I can do
up.
a curb jump with my car. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And then my husband's like,
Why is your
why are
wheel
my wheels messed up?
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know, babe. They were talking about box jumps. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Yep.
don't know.
So,
Well,
yes, good show today.
It is a good show. Let's shout out. We are coming to you from Varsity Park Studios at Varsity Park Franklin, Roanoke's newest innovative storage and business center. Check them out on Facebook or at varsityparkfranklin.com. Thank you
guys.
to Varsity Park. They rock.
Always.
Yeah.
We're crazy. They don't mind it. So
No, they
it's
don't.
a good fit.
So if they allow us to come in, y'all would be good.
Yeah. Come on. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, let us know.
Yes. Because you could enjoy in this fun too.
Yeah. So what do you got, Heather? What's going on today?
Well, you know how we were just talking about last week about just stress and how women deal with it, and especially after the holidays. This is a new year.
Yeah.
New year. We're in 2025.
I had to write it for the first time, and it was like I almost wrote 4. It was weird. I was like,
25. Like, I just remember like Y2K, everybody being nervous that the computers were going to shut down because they didn't know how to convert from 1999 to 2000.
Yeah.
And here we are 25 years later.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It is a little nuts.
Man, and things have changed. Well, so new year, and
how's that make you feel?
What?
Like New Year? Do you no? New Year. Do you have a renewed feeling, or it's like let's go, like excited, let's go?
Yes, like I'm reorganizing my basement. I got a new day planner. It's like my 15th one this year so far, but I'm finding the right one. Trying to find the right one. It's got to fit. It does. It's got to fit. And if you're like me, I like to see my whole month at one time, but you can't fit everything in the little squares.
No.
So
no.
One of my goals, it's not a New Year's resolution. This is just something I do. Goals for this year is to be a little more organized as far as being proactive with my schedule, with my life, and less reactive.
Yep.
Okay?
That's a good idea.
So this new planner that I think is being delivered today.
Nice. You're going to have to show me. You share
I'm
it with
excited.
You're going to have to share it with me.
I will. Amazon is great.
Oh,
Amazon is great. I don't know.
Before Amazon.
You had to go to the store. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Now I just order stuff, try it on, send it back.
Send it back. I know. They've made it way too easy for that. That's for sure.
So, all right. So back to my day planner. So I like to see the whole month because it gives me an idea. I don't know, a whole block at a time. But then on each page, it is a week, but is more like the appointment schedule. So I can schedule things and be specific and pretty much hold myself accountable. Because if we cannot be honest with ourselves in what we're going to do, what we're going to change, how can other people believe that we're honest with them?
You're right.
If we're the first person that we let down.
Yeah.
So I really think that being a new year, yes, I get it. Excited. Tag on. How many times can I say that word in one podcast? Anyway, I do.
Hey, I get fired up.
I get fired up.
We're going to keep it professional. I get fired up.
I get fired up. And I don't know. I don't know if I like that. Fired up. I get woohoo.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like it is a start over.
Yeah.
A restart.
Refresh.
Yes. It's like you pass go.
Yep.
You collect $200. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you're broker than you were a few weeks ago.
That $200.
You pre-spent that $200.
Yeah.
Anyway, you pass go and you get to start over.
Yeah.
And so with that, I think that now is the time for us to take all the stressors that we were talking about last podcast and we put them aside. But what do we do with it?
Right.
How do we deal with it?
Right.
And how do we make changes that are lasting?
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
Does using the planner, having everything scheduled out, help you manage your stress?
It's being delivered today.
Is this something new that you haven't done before?
Yeah, because of my other 15, that I've ordered, I'm really trying to figure out which one works best in my life.
So is it making you feel good? Like I am excited for this
You can see it. Yes, in my mind, I can see, I have envisioned listing, and not just listing. You take your list, but not only the list, you put it in a time slot.
So I've designated my time
to
go here.
To that thing.
And if something else comes in that tries to divert my time, that thing is scheduled for 2 o'clock, not at 10 o'clock.
Correct.
Where it is.
Because
so then it is using a brain power, my time, everything efficiently where it's not a crap show.
Exactly.
Like
I'm not chasing things to get done. Yeah. And then not only that, you look at your schedule and you think, hey, look at all of the things that I accomplished. So then it's like it's a booster.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's a motivation. Yes, look what I accomplished today. Instead of being reactive to everything that's going on.
And not getting anything done.
Yes. And so then you have created a schedule that's livable, that's completable, and then you've done that. That's less stress.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that
managing your life.
Yes.
Now
I'm the boss.
Right. And that is not to say things aren't going to come up that need immediate attention.
Right.
But we're starting a healthy habit of being organized and managed so that I don't feel like my head's on fire and I'm running around. You know, someday we do have those days, and they are super stressful. So if we've been, like last podcast, we talked about managing the stress in our lives, managing the anxiety. Well, if we never know what's going to happen and what's going on, that creates a level of anxiety there. And stressors.
Exactly.
So
trying to be
Heather
proactive.
is getting the planner, and I'm fired up. I might get one too.
All right.
If I like it, I might order it.
All right.
I'm a member, Prime member. So,
and now it's just the only thing I don't like anymore, like Prime. And they tell you that it'll be delivered the next day or the next day.
Oh, no, that's out the window.
That's out the window.
The next day is
you're happy to get it within a week.
Oh,
okay.
I know.
We're back to
yeah,
that.
back to...
Don't get it too fast.
Yep. Well, last podcast we were talking about stress and some of the ways to manage stress. We talked about the effects of stress on us, like sleep problems, cognitive problems, anxiety, depression, if we don't manage stress.
Illness.
Yeah, absolutely.
We talked about illness.
We talked about straight up hospital visits. Right. So we kind of wanted to touch a little bit more on some of those things that we can do to manage stress.
And to be more proactive, you know, with our environment. And like you said earlier, we can't control everything that goes on around us, but we can take charge.
I like that.
We can take charge. And so I really want to say, like, this year is going to be the year of taking charge.
Nice.
And moving forward.
Write your own story. Yes. Guys, we do have the right and the privilege in most cases to write our own story. That does not mean that I don't have to work, I don't have to pay bills, I don't have to do these things because I'm writing a story that I don't have to. That's not what that means. It means I am going to be conscientious and take control of the decisions that I make in my daily habits.
Correct.
I am going to schedule and be proactive. I was thinking about that on the way up here. I have a drive. I'm about 45, 50 minutes from the podcast studio.
We both are, so I don't want y'all to think anything.
Yeah,
we're both meeting in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heather has a drive. I have a drive.
Yes.
So I was thinking on my drive today, what am I doing with that time? Today, I didn't do anything. I literally, I had to teach a class right before. I got in the car and I just drove. Like, sometimes I try to, voice text, answer some people. I try to touch base with some other things that I need to do. I didn't do anything today. And towards the end of my drive, it hit me. I was like, you just wasted that time. But maybe I needed it. Maybe
Clear
I
your
needed
mind.
it. Yes.
Yes.
Maybe I needed it to just chill for a minute.
That's a stress reliever.
That's a stress reliever. It's okay. That was kind of my point. Are we trying to fill every minute?
Yes.
Stressing ourselves out that, am I getting enough done? Okay, I need to recognize that. I didn't do anything unintentionally. I'm just breathing. I'm just thinking. I'm just singing some songs to the radio. Whatever it was, maybe I needed that. And I think that is a part of being aware, that self-awareness, that self-gratitude. Okay, I taught a class, ran out the door, rush. I'm going to breathe for a minute.
Right.
And then get back to work. Here we go.
And, I think that's okay because in society, it's like, it's frowned upon to take a break. It's frowned upon to just, hey, I'm going to just relax for a minute. It's right. There's so much go, work, do.
The society has made us feel like if we are not doing something,
we're lazy.
And that's not really the case.
No.
So,
which that can add stress.
oh, well, I'm not doing anything. I am lazy. I'm this, I'm that.
Thought
Goes
process.
back to that. How are we talking to ourselves? Last podcast, we talked about being grateful and positive of how we're speaking to ourselves. So all of that to say, I think it is two sides of the coin. I'm going to be scheduled. I'm going to have my planner and I'm going to have all this. But at the same time, we do have to take time for ourselves. We do have to, I'm going to schedule lunch. I'm going to give myself time to sit and eat and breathe and no, I'm not answering emails or phone calls during my lunch. I'm off.
Right.
I'm out off the clock right now. So being aware of that as well. Doing how many times we say it? You have to do what works for you.
Right.
You have to find what works for you. So if you mentioned the scheduling and feeling like, okay, that can reduce my stress levels. I think it also speaks to, like we were just talking about, I feel good about myself.
Yes.
How many times in perimenopause, menopause, our hormones are changing. We're aging well. I'm not going to say we're getting old because we're not getting old.
No, we're not getting old.
And that's fine. Who cares? If you want to say that, whatever. Everyone is aging. We are all aging.
Right.
Sometimes we said this before, doubt. We doubt ourselves, our capabilities. Look at this girl on Instagram. She looks fantastic. I don't look like that. I got wrinkles. All of the things that we start to feel. 60% of women report a drop in self-esteem and self-confidence going into perimenopause, menopause.
I believe it.
Absolutely.
Because you think about when we start to lose or the hormones start to decline, that it's almost like an automatic negativity, like the whole brain function, because then you start the self-doubting and all that. Because
there's something wrong with me.
Yes, there's something
instantly
wrong with me because you're feeling all these things, but you're not even sure what it is, which still blows my mind that women, we don't know the symptoms of perimenopause, and I'm guilty of it too because it's not discussed and taught.
Not even on our radar.
No, it's not even taught in health class at school as a part of life.
No.
So anyway, all that to say, it just, I don't even know what I was saying.
Well, it's like the self-esteem, and then, like you said, the feeling bad, and we start to think something's wrong with us. When there's nothing wrong with you, you're going through the natural process of aging well. But, we do start to see weight gain, wrinkles, dry skin, dry hair, like all of these things. So we instantly...
Feeling bad about ourselves.
Yeah, we instantly go, I'm old. And so I have all these things wrong with me. And so we don't feel self-confident.
No, because we're comparing ourselves to not even our younger selves, but a completely different person that is going through completely different things. And they're like just born.
Oh my gosh. I told Heather, I was
like puppies are cute and old dogs are not.
Right. If I see another girl at like 22 years old trying to sell me anti-wrinkle cream or like talking about, I don't comment, but I want to comment and be like, go to class, girl. Like, put some clothes on because you're in a sports bra and
volleyball shorts.
Put some clothes on and go to class.
Yeah.
All right, you don't have wrinkles.
I don't need to see your tight abs.
And you don't need to take collagen because you're still making it. That's true. So stop. Get out. So anyway, I do feel, why wouldn't we report 60% of women report a drop in self-esteem? Our hormones are changing. Like I said, we have all these things, and then we have no sex drive. We have no libido. We hate everyone.
Our skin is changing. It's like falling.
Yeah.
Like Droopy the dog. Do you remember Droopy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has those. That's what you start to feel like.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm going to say this. we are harder on ourselves than anybody else is. So when we look at ourselves in the mirror and we see all these imperfections,
Yes.
other people don't see that.
No.
Nobody has ever said anything about my goatee. I'm the one that sees that. When I'm looking at my 10X mirror in the daytime light with my extra lights on,
Right.
I'm the one plucking.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Right. Right. So I am going to say, last podcast we talked about, and I just reminded you about the positive, like, self-talk, but there are we're going through like perimenopause, menopause. So all these things are changing, and it coincides usually to life changes. Kids
Which
going off to
increases
college.
the stresses.
Yes. So it increases stress, and then it increases the doubt. What do I do now? Who am I? I can't think at work.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So
all of these things. So now I'm a mess.
Yeah. So now you just saying, what did I send you last week? A video. Heather and I'm going to say I am so grateful that I have Heather because we start. No, we're not crying. This is baddies. We're baddies. We're baddies. I'm holding my eyes open so they can't water.
But all of this started because of our phone calls back and forth. Like, do you ever feel like this? And are you dealing with this? I know y'all are probably bored of hearing our stories, but
for you new ones,
we send each other texts and it's like, oh my gosh. I just ate a whole plate of fudge, or whatever. Like,
I feel like crap.
I have eaten every piece of sugar because of Christmas.
Memes.
Blah, blah, blah.
Let me see if I can eat this and it will make me feel like crap like it did last time.
Yes. So I am so grateful that I have Heather and I have that person that I can go back and forth with. I encourage you, if you don't have that person, find someone and then tell them you are my person and I'm making you my person.
You're going to have to put up with these texts and these things I'm going to send you. Just pretend like you love me back.
And just laugh, send me a laughy face, whatever. But she just sent me a video last week just talking.
It was like, what, 30 seconds, a minute long?
Yes. And it was, who am I? What is my purpose? We're in that age where it's like, I'm ready to conquer the world. I want to do things. But who am I?
Who am I? And what all of a sudden, your kids are gone, whether they were living with you or not, they were living in the same town, but now they're out of town completely. And then, okay, your husband works all day and then you're feeling like you have this extra time, but then where's the need?
Right.
You've given and given and given and given.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm a baddie.
Right.
I'm ready to conquer.
So you know what you do? You sign up for pole dancing classes.
So Heather said, I need to do something new. I got to learn new. I got to do something.
Yeah.
I'm taking a dance class. Everything around here is for little kids or ballroom dancing.
Yes.
That is not. I want like hip hop.
I want to learn the new moves.
I want to dance.
But look at where we live. Small town. I can learn there's not even a bar to go to that you could learn the new line dances with where I could wear my new boots. I got boots for Christmas.
Yeah.
I can't.
So she's going to take off the boots and put on platform heels.
And do a pole
dancing.
Do
pole dancing.
I'll let you know how it goes.
That is stepping out of the box, and I'm
doing
trying
it.
something new.
And I'm doing it, and I'm doing it. I'm doing it well. You remember that song? I'm doing it.
Doesn't ring any bells over here, but that's not saying much. Okay?
What I'm going to do is I am going to, if the class will let me, record my progress.
Okay.
So I bought 5 classes.
Okay.
So the first one is just introductory, everybody has to take it. And I'm guessing so you don't break your neck when you fall upside down and land on your head.
Yeah.
So I am going to record my progress.
Okay.
So if anyone's interested, I'll maybe post them to our personal pages or whatever. I don't know.
She hasn't decided yet. You
haven't decided.
But I'm going to tell you, you are not my first friend, sister person that has done a pole class. I have another friend. She lives in Florida.
Midlife?
And
Midlife pole dancing.
She's 58. And she was like, I'm watching these girls. And she was like, first of all, they have some clothing on. Like it wasn't naked.
No,
so
exactly.
She was like, and they're very muscular and beautiful. And
Yes.
she said, I'm a personal trainer. I work out. I do all this. She goes, oh my gosh.
I can't even get my
hardly
feet up on
hold
the pole.
myself up on the pole. And these girls are like not barely holding on. And she goes, all new respect.
Yes.
No judgment. Like
I told my
holy
husband, I
cow.
was like, I'm doing a new core workout. And he said, what is it? I said, well, I start next week. I'm taking a dance class.
He's like, all right.
He's like, okay, cool. Who's going to dance with you? He's thinking Arthur Murray.
Like,
Ballroom dancing for old people. That's the only place.
I know.
And so I was like, well, it's not there. It's
over at Sexy
I was
R
like,
Us.
it's a pole dancing. And he thought I said ballroom dancing. And he goes, so who are you going to dance with? And I'm like, the pole.
He was hearing
Yes.
what he was thinking.
Yes.
He was hearing that. Yeah, gotcha.
So he said, who are you going to dance with? And I was like, the pole. And he goes, what? So anyway,
he's like,
he's
okay,
just like, whatever.
You're crazy. Like,
go
oh my gosh.
live, go do what you want. That'll be great.
Well, I'm going to say that is awesome because it goes against the norm.
It does.
Flip the script, change the
Write your own
conversation,
story.
write your own freaking story. We're baddies.
Yes.
And that's for Kinsley. Kinsley, I'm saying baddies like a million times today.
For you.
But society has written a script for us that you can no longer have children. You're perimenopause, menopause, dust. Go over there, sit in your rocking chair with your white afro, and now you are old, grandma. Sit there and deteriorate. We're not doing that.
Right.
Because when I'm telling you, when I'm 80, I want to look stylish. I want to be like moving and going. Like I want to be present in society.
I don't want to have to wear those certain shoes.
The Velcro, because you can't tie
Because
your
you
shoes
can't,
anymore.
yeah, because you can't, you don't have the
I
dexterity.
have, like, wear heels.
Yes.
I want to have heels on at 80 years old and 85 years old. I want to have heels. And I want to
look,
move
like be
and flow
fashionable
and be good.
Okay, so in order to do that, you've got to make sure that you are relieving stress.
Yep.
And not just, and you know, the few ways that we mentioned in the previous podcast, but taking control of your life, writing your own story to reduce the stress that's coming in.
Yes.
And I don't want to use the word control because that puts a stress on, like you have to control.
But it has
No,
a negative connotation.
does.
Like
It
control is like
does.
angry eyes.
And it's forced, like unmovable. You know, just
I
very.
like take charge.
I take charge and writing your own story.
Yeah. I'm making choices that
Because you don't have to live in a stressful state.
right. That is not to say you're not going to have stressors. It's managing them, being aware, being able to say no, and saying yes to pole
new
dancing
things.
or saying
Yes.
yes to stepping outside the box. We might feel nervous about doing new things, but not anxious and fearful.
Right.
Nervous is a good thing.
Right.
I'm nervous. I'm excited.
Excited.
There's our word.
Yep. Fired up.
But society has tried to put us in a certain place where we don't matter anymore as we get older, as we age. That's not the case. We're flipping that. We're changing the conversation. And because of that, we are, I'm going to say, pushing off, resisting societal
Resisting that.
resisting
It's a
societal,
societal box.
yeah, and their biases
Yes.
and what we say.
Yes.
Because we are writing our own story.
Mm-hmm.
This makes me happy. I choose to do this.
Yes.
I think too many times we try to live our lives according to what we think everyone else thinks we should do, or everyone else tries to put us in a box. I am not encouraging rebellion and craziness, but you know what I mean.
Step out of the box. Do what you want to do.
I am able to say no to that thing
Yes.
because it doesn't serve me.
Right.
It makes me anxious, nervous, like stressed, and I don't need to do that thing.
No.
I'm saying no to it, and it's okay to say no.
It is okay to say no, and that just helps you to control the stress in your life. So, talking about some stress relievers.
Yeah.
We know the usuals.
Right.
And actually, I called a place because I just decided, I said, I'm getting a massage. I need one today.
Okay.
This was last week. I need one today.
What you got?
And the normal person that I'd go to, which is not very often, it's probably been a year. They're booked 3 weeks out. And so, it's kind of scary to call somewhere new, but
Yep.
I did. I was like, you know what? I'm biting the bullet. I'm just calling somewhere. So I looked online, found a place, looked at the reviews. They were great. Scheduled the massage. They were able to get me in. And it was one of the best massages I've ever had.
That's awesome.
But I think it's because I didn't say, oh, my massage has to be by this person, or I can't get one. But just being open to, I'm taking this time to relax. So then I'm going to just pay somebody to massage me. So I wasn't looking for perfection, even though it was very good. And so it did. It allowed me to relax, and they took their time, and it was great.
I think there's a sense of freedom that comes when we stop putting ourselves in these boxes and saying we have to do this or do that. I was reading some research. Again, we do a lot of research for our podcasts and for our certification and our wellness coaching and things like that. But if you want to age quickly, what you should do is the same thing every day.
Yes.
The same routine, the same places, the same sit in the house, the same shows, the same routine, the same. Because you wire your brain to think that way. So then when change comes, that's why it is such a big deal when change comes to some of our older elderly people, because they have not done anything new or different or changed their routine. So this study was saying we need to be consistently doing different things all the time to keep our brain healthy and alive and functioning and flexible, just like that. I went and got a massage from some person I looked up online, and I didn't get caught up that it wasn't my place and my specific spa and blah, 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 blah. We need to be free. We need to be free with ourselves,
and
free
to be
with
able
our
to
thinking.
flow.
Yeah. We are not sticks in the mud, and we do need to challenge ourselves to do things differently. Okay,
so a challenge. We were talking about this a little bit earlier before the podcast. One of the challenges I've given myself, and tell me, Courtney, if you're doing this, I am tired of living in workout attire.
Yes.
And I told my husband, I'm just going to start dressing up. And just to wear it around the house, because I found that we didn't have anywhere to go over the holidays, but there were a few days that I dressed up. Yep. Like I was going to go somewhere. Yep. And Kirk's like, where are you going? I said, nowhere. And I want to say I was dressed and I was doing my hair. He goes, where are you going? I was like, or what are you doing? I said, I took a shower and I dried my hair and I got dressed. And he goes, but where are you going? And I was like, nowhere. I want to look good.
To feel good about myself.
Yes.
I'm laughing so hard because the same thing happened. I taught my classes or whatever, took a shower, washed my hair in the shower. So I came out of my room, my hair was down. And for those of you that know me, the bun is pretty much the staple. You know, when people go, oh, my hairstyle, the bun is my style. Okay. It's my workout. It's my whatever. Then it's my leggings, my tennis shoes, a tank top, and then a sweatshirt or a pullover, which I have on now.
She has on right now.
I have on now.
Yes. So, I have on the shoes and the leggings. I did change my upper shirt.
But your upper shirt,
my
not
upper
the lower
shirt.
But I came out of my room. I had put on a pair of jeans and like a sweater. Every single one of my kids were like, where are you going? What are you doing? Why are you dressed up? Because I had on freaking jeans and my hair was down. And I said, I'm not going anywhere. Why do you have on jeans? Because I didn't feel like wearing leggings, looking like a blob. Like I wanted to get ready. They all asked, okay?
Where are you going?
Downstairs in the man cave in the basement, and they come up, they go, oh, where are you going? That is sad. That is sad. So we're changing it.
We are changing it. We are taking care of ourselves. We are reducing stress by increasing our confidence.
Yeah.
We are getting up. We are getting ready. And even when I am working at my home office, I get up, I work out, I take my shower. I am getting dressed like I am going to work because it makes me feel better. And I'm less stressed because I'm more productive.
Yep.
I get it done.
Yeah. No, I feel exactly the same way. We have to be intentional about self-love, for self-acceptance, for embracing who we are and where we're going. And yes, usually perimenopause, menopause is a transitional place in life. If you have children, they're growing up and transitioning into adults. Usually you're transitioning from corporate full-time all the time to I'm easing into retirement or whatever the case may be. We have to be intentional about those decisions that we're making, where we are putting our time and our effort, what serves us, what helps us feel better. And some of that are those choices to find a deeper meaning to
who we are,
and where we're spending our time and what we're doing, all the way back to the planner and the being intentional with my time. I'm no longer going to spin my wheels on things that don't serve me or make me feel better or help me feel like I'm contributing or helping someone else.
And in the meantime, you're finding yourself.
Yeah.
Which, to me, I will say that there's been a little stress relief of just making the decision to take the class.
Right.
Has been a total brain change. Like I was checking the weather. You know, we've had the snow the last 2 weekends. I'm like, it better not snow next weekend because it's my class.
I got my class. But I'm going to say it's stepping out of the norm. Okay, I want to take a pole dancing class. What's everybody going to think? Are people going to think bad about me?
I don't know what to wear.
What am I supposed to do? All of the self-doubt, all of the...
I've thought about it. I've thought about it.
And then you go, you know what?
Who's that woman coming in here? Who does she think she is?
Well, guess what?
You know what? She's a baddie.
She's a baddie. Middle finger to you.
But you know what?
Like, here.
It does list all the things you cannot wear. And I'm like, ooh.
I wouldn't wear that anyway. Ew.
No, they're talking about don't wear a baggy shirt.
Because you're going to get wrapped around the pole.
Exactly. So I'm like, I don't even own tight stuff. And then I
own nothing tight.
I know. And then I can't wear my long leggings because that's just slippery on the pole.
Slide.
I got to grip that thing.
Yes. So we're going to pull out the biker shorts from 1990.
And they'll go because they're dry rotted. They'll be like, excuse me, lady, your crotch is showing.
So I want to tell you, accept the change and grow from it.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
And that's what I'm saying. There is freedom that comes from this part of life.
Yes.
There is freedom. Freedom from, okay, having a cycle and all of that. Hallelujah. Don't want it, ain't going back. But there is also freedom of realizing I have a lot to offer and I have a lot of life, and I am not going with society norms that I'm done.
Right.
Wait in your rocking chair to pass away. No. We are here. We are present. We are writing our own story, and we determine where our time goes.
Exactly.
Now, in parentheses, there are responsibilities that take your time. But you do get to decide how that time is spent. Positive. It's reduction of stress. Yes, we have to do things. I'm not going to get worked up about it.
Nope, not at all.
We're moving through. And so all of that to say, life is a process and a journey. And so we need to accept things that we do have to go through or encounter, but we do have a choice how we go through that journey.
Right.
So if there is something, I told my husband this, if there is a food or a vitamin or an exercise or a stress management, something that's going to help me feel better physically and mentally, I'm doing it. Don't even question. I'm going to do it. Because I do want quality of life. I don't want to live to 100 and be miserable, and I've been bedridden for 20 years.
100%.
There can't be a person on earth that wants that.
No.
So how do I want to age? We are all going to age. We've said that 100 times, but 80 can look very different depending on the choices and where you spend your time.
And it comes down to living as stress-free as you can.
Right.
So, like we said before, the stressors of life are going to be there. Changes are going to happen. And exterior things are going to happen. But it's how you deal with them and how you take on the relief. So, I know that I mentioned massage, and we've talked about scheduling and being intentional with our schedules and our lives and what we want to do. We've talked about dressing for confidence and, being the person that we want to be and not being shoved into a box, and trying new things and keeping the brain working and functioning and knowing that, hey, I got to be ready because more stuff is coming in. There's so many, all of those things encompassed help to relieve stress because you're pliable.
Yeah.
You're going with the flow. And when you're going with the flow, it is so much easier and there's less resistance than someone who's, fighting against the current.
Right.
So I think that being mindful of things that you want to change, or even just trying to figure out who you are, like taking that time and just sitting down and pondering, who am I?
What do
I
like?
want to do now?
Yeah.
What are my likes? And going for it, doing it. I think that it is our time to shine, and stuff has happened to everybody. We have all experienced things in our lives that we could totally focus on that would not serve us and would not keep us moving in a positive direction.
Right.
So, I hate to say this. I don't want to sound like disrespectful or whatever, but it's you. If anyone is suffering with that, you've got to get over that because it's not special. Yes, crap happens.
Yeah. We all go through
negative things, and some things are worse than others, but you don't understand how everybody is, handling things. But that's exactly what it comes down to, is how we handle it, how we handle the stress, how we relieve it, how we let it go, and manage ourselves to write our own story.
Yeah, and it really is. You can't change things that have already happened. You cannot rewrite history. You cannot rewrite the past, and you can't change it. So everyone has negative, bad things that have happened in their lives. Like you said, if you continue to dwell on that thing, you're not going to be able to move past it. It will consume you. Learn what you need to learn from it. Change the things you need to change from it, and move forward with positivity, gratitude, zest for life. Whatever motivates you, let it do that. Let it move you forward to this new part in your adventure. We're writing our own story. Let's go to a new chapter.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And find that positivity, because it is a choice. Happiness is a choice. There is enough crap in this world to hold us down, hold us sad. We could lay in the bed and be sad all day long if that's what we chose. You are here for a purpose. You have people in your lives for a purpose. So what is your story going to be when you come to the end of your life? What are they going to say about you? How are they going to celebrate your life when you're done? Or are they going to go, whoo, hoo, hoo, good? We're in charge of that. And I think that mental mind shift is crucial going into perimenopause and menopause.
Absolutely.
It's crucial because hormonal changes and fluctuations and decreases can totally change who you are as a person if you let them.
Right.
We choose. So we choose those good things in our life. They're going to happen.
Absolutely.
Limit resistance and fear and increase belief and freedom.
Absolutely. I think that's perfect to end on that note. Positive. So all you listeners, I've got a challenge for you guys.
Okay, write it down.
Let's get out a pen, piece of paper, and it might take you a minute, but I want you to really think about, who are you? I want you to ask yourself, who am I? What do I even like anymore?
Yeah.
And if you decide you want to try something new, I challenge you to do it.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Put those things in place that can take you there.
Absolutely. And I will give you guys a follow-up on my first pole dancing class next podcast.
That's exciting. Freedom, new things.
Yes. So go to our social media pages and comment the things that you're going to do.
I love it.
Go to Instagram, go to TikTok, Menopause Enough Already. Go to Facebook, Menopause Enough Already. Email us, menoughnoughalready@gmail.com. Send us, I want to hear what everybody's done.
I do too. Like, who are you? What do you like?
Yes.
Let us hear from you.
Yes. Who are you? What have you done? What are you doing that's new? And what are you changing?
And did you sign up for a pole class?
Yes. I want to know. With that being said, I will let you guys know next week. Y'all have a good one.
Take care.